Well, welcome Floorball fans to our second match of the day here. Our last day of the second week of play in the 2024 NAFL season. As the Fresno Force gets set to take on the Texas 39ers live from F&M Bank Arena in Clarksville, Tennessee. It's set to be a blockbuster matchup. Heading into today, the Fresno Force and the Texas 39ers leaders in the playoff rankings. Of course, Fresno just narrowly taking the lead with help from a Texas loss yesterday in the Battle of Texas rematch against the Fort Worth Jaguars. The 39ers, who came out as the only undefeated team through 4 games, now chasing a win after a 2-game losing streak. Meanwhile, the Fresno Force now advanced to have the best record in the league, holding at 5-1. They're a team who went to the semifinal and through to the championship in the playoffs last season, defeated by the Florida Vikings, but they're going to be hungry for the Troy Cup. Floorball fans, this could be an early showing of a Troy Cup final this season, so it's going to be one to watch as the team's ready for the face-off. It's Neumann on Anderson Carlson. Recovery by the Texas 39ers. Both of these teams love transition play. They love counterattacking, and they thrive with fast-paced play. It's going to be interesting to see who comes away. Of course, the first time these teams met, Texas came away with a handy victory over the Force. But Fresno has gotten their gears going as we've entered the second half of the season. Players to watch are going to be Alex Neumann, Melvin Mendoza, and Billy Nilsson on this first line. Neumann to Nilsson. Shot attempt early already, recovered by Mendoza off the boards. Neumann pushed to the boards there by Peter Lindgren, chipped out. It'll get to Tim Anderson Carlson, but it's going to be a foul. Free hit here for the Fresno Force. The three of them, Nilsson, Mendoza, and Neumann, for the first line, have been dangerous as ever passing. They're the tip of the spear on the offense. Great on counterattack, especially Billy Nilsson. He's been good for 5 points a day, it seems, in every matchup he's in. Billy the Kid shooting from the hip is going to be something that Texas defense is going to have to adjust for, as he loves to camp on that far wing. Inversely, Tim Anderson Carlson, Kempa Rosian, and Oscar Liliagran have the same dangerous quality here for the 39ers squad. They love to get down deep and camp around the crease, waiting for a goal opportunity. We'll see who is able to come away with the superior fast break offense today, as Rasmus Johansson pressing Fludmar will get the pass out to number 18, William Jonsson. Fludmar to Paul Brandt. Down the line to Henrik Lou. Lou, ball deflected there off the body of Sebastian Matson. Kempa Rosian going to the ground, nearly taking some boards with him. The pass to Amdahl. Missed. Ballbrand chipping it out into open waters, but David Kang is able to come away on the counter. Fludmar, great defense. It's not over yet for the 39ers. Is Johansson able to maintain possession and pass the ball out to his man, Wille Karlberg. Substitutions here for both teams. Kim Nyberg coming into the center lane here for Fresno. He'll pass over to Wille Karlberg. Nyberg back to Karlberg, down to Neumann. Back to Wille Karlberg. Janssen pressing up a little bit here for the 39ers. Back out to Karlberg. He'll look deep. Neumann saved by Nicholas Larson. The SSL goalkeeper has been a big performer for this Texas squad. One of their most important additions over the offseason. Of course, the 39ers are a new-look team compared to the Texas franchise, the Texas Tornadoes of last season, who went 1-9. 4-2 is certainly a better story for them to tell after their rebrand and new talent brought in. Anderson Carlson to Janssen, saved by Oscar Viking Schoenberg. Now Neumann on the counter. In the center lane, his shot wide right, out of bounds. It's going to be a hit-in for the 39ers. Just under 3 minutes have passed here in the first period, and already an exciting and intense matchup. Lindgren. He'll have Anderson Carlson cross court. Liliagran to Jonsson, shot wide right. Ludvig Jonsson trying to break it out off the boards. Amdahl able to chip it to Wille Karlberg. He'll look for Johansson. Anderson Carlson able to send it back. He'll back off now with the rest of the Texas defense as his team makes substitutions. Amdahl, far side for the Force. He'll come to Matson. Back again to Amdahl. Matson down the line. Rasmus Johansson driving in. His shot wide left. Sails to the corner. Bombarda Adam Silacek with the pass to Ronnie Berg. Not just a player for the 39ers squad, but also owner of the team, coming out here with the third line. Derek Moser, the pass to Case Connor. Connor moving in traffic, the pass behind himself to Ronnie Berg. Now to Moser. Jonsson calling for the ball on the far side. Berg not able to see him around David Kangas and Rasmus Johansson on the press. Jonsson having to send it to the corner. Fresno disrupting the 39ers offense. It'll finally come out to Moser. The spin around Shellstrom. Johansson tried for a steal, but it's going to be a free hit awarded to the Texas 39ers. Carl Paul Brandt. Go with the pass to Hampus Fludmar. Backing off there on the press from Mendoza in the center. Jonsson down to Lou, deep in Fresno territory. Trying to get to Kemper-Rosian. Rosian too far to the edge of the crease. Now it's a 2-on-1. Mendoza to Billy the Kid. Back to Mendoza. Saved by Larson. Jonsson chipping the ball away, able to keep it in bounds. He'll get it to Fludmar. What a close call for any goalkeeper in the NAFL. That's a scary look to see Billy Nelson and Melvin Mendoza driving down with one defender to beat. But the 39ers able to stay alive there off the Larson save. Both teams still scoreless. Just under 5 minutes elapsed here in the first period. Henrik Lou close side, back down to Carl Paul Brandt. To Lou, Mendoza able to chip that ball. Billy Nelson now with it. He'll head to the boards. On the wing, Fludmar, heavy pressure from behind, able to come away with the steal, but it's going to draw a foul. It'll be a free hit here for the Fresno Force. Billy Nelson looking at Mendoza, tight towards the crease. Kemper-Rosian able to hit it out here for the 39ers. Alex Neumann comes away with it on the boards. Advantage granted to Fresno. Willik Alberg to Billy Nelson, facing a double team. He's still able to get it to Willik Alberg. Now to Pontus Shellstrom. New lines coming out here for both squads. Shellstrom wasting no time. The pass behind himself to Amdahl. Back to Shellstrom. It's good. Pontus Shellstrom in his second game for the Fresno Force puts them on the board first here. Shellstrom had the ball in the Fresno backcourt. The pass behind himself went to Amdahl, back to Shellstrom. He had a clean look down the center lane, and he didn't waste it when he saw it. With 14 minutes, 28 seconds remaining, no longer scoreless here in Clarksville, Tennessee. Your score, Fresno Force 1, Texas 39ers 0. It'll be Matson on Anderson Carlson here for the faceoff. Recovery by the 39ers. Peter Lindgren, coach and player for the 39ers squad, went with the pass to Anderson Carlson, down to Albin Janssen. Janssen's pass deflected out of bounds off the leg of his own man, Anderson Carlson. Matson set to take the hit in here for the Fresno squad. Will pass to Adrian Amdahl. Amdahl pausing, backing off a bit here. He'll come to Matson, now Anderson Carlson on the press. Janssen coming up to match. Johansson in the center for Fresno. He's got Shellstrom in center. We'll go far side to Amdahl. Albin Janssen pressing once more for the 39ers, forcing him across the crease. Amdahl the spin around, pass far side to David Kangas. Back to Amdahl, looking deep for Shellstrom, the ball sailing wide. Peter Lindgren now. He'll pass to Oscar Lilliegran. Lilliegran driving down, he'll take the shot, saved by Oscar Viking Schoenberg. Anderson Carlson still with possession here for the 39ers, across to Lilliegran. That shot off the body of Willik Alberg. And now Kangas, the pass to Johansson. Shot deflected by Peter Lindgren. Now Alex Neumann at half court, the pass behind himself to Nyberg. Willik Alberg. We'll go with the pass to Nyberg. Rasmus Johansson finally coming off the court. Billy Nelson in as the full line starting to come out here for Fresno. Kangas comes out. Mendoza in for the Force. Pass in the center to captain Kim Nyberg. Neumann, deep pass to Nilsson. Unable to get the angle on Fludmar. Shot attempt with power from Neumann, sailing out of bounds. It'll be a Texas hit in. Carl Paulbrandt goes to Fludmar. Working the backcourt passing. Kemper-Rosian coming in far side. Mendoza creeping closer and closer. Something he loves to do is run a press as the up man in a 1-2-2. Deep pass down to Rosian. Unable to get it to his man, William Yilson. Fresno recovering. Kim Nyberg now. Inbounding in center lane. Nilsson in motion. On the attempted steal there, it'll draw a foul. Free hit again for the Fresno Force. Far side, it's Billy Nilsson. Spin pass around, deflected by Kemper-Rosian. In the center to Yilson. Back behind himself. Nilsson able to get there first for the Fresno Force. The pass to Mendoza, the shot on the outside of the net. Nicholas Larson now. He'll roll it out to Fludmar. Down to Carl Paulbrandt. Texas slowing their offense down a bit here. Looking to have a bit more composure. That pass intended for Lou, chipped off the stick of Mendoza. It's going to be a 39er sit-in in Fresno territory. Case Connor, number 64. The American defenseman set to take it. He'll go with a pass to Jonsson. Chipped up in the air. Kangas kicks it to the boards. Johansson cross-court looking for Amdahl. Derek Moser able to kick that ball out of the box there. Rasmus Johansson, number 72. We go far side, Amdahl. Shellstrom, Matson. Shot from deep, sails wide left. Johansson now behind the 39ers goal. Looking for a man. He'll have Kangas on the close wing. He'll go to Amdahl. Back to Johansson. Going around from behind the net. He'll pass to Matson. Shellstrom. Far side, Amdahl. Fresno increasing the pace here on the perimeter passing advantage granted there off the stick interference. Shellstrom to Matson. The shot deflected off the body there of number 93, the American Derek Moser. Ball sent high in the air off the chest of Matson, but William Yilson able to come away with it. He'll pause before it becomes a fast break look. Ronnie Berg going to field it in his own territory as a new line comes out. He'll pass to Peter Lindgren. Lindgren has Silacek on the close wing. He'll get the ball around Mendoza. From deep, Schoenberg able to save it off center mass. He'll roll it to Wille Karlberg, to Kim Nyberg in front of the box. Down deep, looking for Mendoza. He'll find him. Trying to get the angle around Silacek. He'll send the ball behind himself. Neumann to Nyberg. Cross court finds Billy Nilsson. Wille Karlberg, Nyberg, Billy Nilsson. The chip pass off the close boards. Neumann and Mendoza there to recover, but Anderson Carlson able to come away with it on the fast break. It's the 39ers, but Mendoza with speed able to steal from behind. Less than 10 minutes left in the first period. Nilsson to Neumann, saved by Larson. Another save. 3 saves in a row for the 39ers. What a close call, but it's not over yet. Liljegren with the steal off the Mendoza ball. No pass far side. Alvin Janssen unable to get the angle on it. Billy Nilsson still with possession for the Fresno Force. Billy Nilsson hands it off to Amdahl as he looks to lead out this line for the Fresno Force. Matson to Johansson. Back to Matson. Far side, Amdahl down the line. Kangas back to Amdahl to Matson. Speeding up the passing, Rasmus Johansson shot attempt saved off the helmet of Nicholas Larson. Matson chipping the ball around. Amdahl, the pass cross court to David Kangas. Fresno now the team who's controlling the pace of the match using their passing. Johansson almost with a clear look there on the wing, but he'll lose some control of the ball. Johansson, far side, goes to Amdahl. Kangas looking for Shellstrom across the box, but William Yilson able to come away with it. Henrik Lou trying to use a pick and roll there on Rasmus Johansson. Carl Paulbrandt, far side to Hampus Fludmar. He'll hold the ball and pass to Bombardlak Adam Silacek. Peter Lindgren, back to Silacek. He'll get it around Mendoza, looking for Anderson Carlson. Jansen pass intended for Liljegrand. Goes to Willie Kahlberg instead. Off the legs there. Liljegrand goes to Anderson Carlson, looking for a look from the wing. He'll spin around, trying to make an opportunity on the sweep. He'll instead go to Lindgren at the point. Back to Anderson Carlson off the advantage play for the 39ers. Driving down off the right post, but able to put it in off the rebound. The Texas 39ers no longer scoreless. A beautiful play off the sustained pressure there by the Texas 39ers. It was Anderson Carlson's initial shot attempt off the sweep. He had taken it and went off the right post. But it was Jansen with a smooth backhand play that was able to put it in after it bounced off the body of Schoenberg from the post. And now, thanks to the Albin Jansen play, 7:57 remaining in the first period. It's a tie ball game here between the two heavy hitters, Fresno Force and Texas 39ers. Your score 1-1, Fresno, Texas. Amdahl, pass close wing, Shellstrom to Matson. Cross court to Shellstrom again. Matson looking down deep. He'll find Johansson. Shellstrom losing control of the ball. Case Connor there on the recovery for the 39ers. Driving down, close wing. 2-on-1 on the boards. Goes off the foot there of Jonsson to Johansson. He's got Kangas in front and leading on the break. Looking for Kangas. Shot deflected there off the leg of Ronnie Berg. Jonsson gets it to Case Connor. The two of them in their second year being teammates on the Texas team. Moser, Berg, back to Moser. Cross court finds Connor. Looking towards the crease, goes off the back there of Ludwig Jonsson. Now it's Amdahl returning the favor. He shoots, it's saved by Nicholas Larson. 7 minutes remain in the first period. Things are heating up already. Ronnie Berg. He'll pass it off to Hampus Fludmar. New line out here for the 39ers. Kemper Rosen to Fludmar to Paul Brandt. He'll have Liljegrand on the far wing. He'll come down instead to Paul Brandt. Lou now in Fresno territory. Back out to Fludmar. Kemper-Rosian heading for support on the far wing as Liljegrand takes it in center. Fludmar. Down to Paul Brandt. Lou again spinning around for the sweep. He'll find Fludmar, who's now driven into Fresno territory. Chipped away by Billy Nelson. Nelson driving down the pass to Mendoza. The shot is good. The two of them a deadly combo. Billy the Kid gets it to Melvin Mendoza on the fast break. It was after Fludmar had driven in to Fresno territory. Nilsson came away with the steal on the far wing. He passed it to Mendoza with an open look from directly in front of the box. And off of that play, Fresno retaking the lead. It was Melvin Mendoza who has been an aggressive playmaker for the Fresno squad, and now with 6 minutes left in the first, it's Fresno 2, 39ers 1. Albin Jansen to Liljegrand. 39ers now with possession in Fresno territory, looking to return the favor. Silacek, the pass back out to Lindgren at the point. He'll come to Anderson Carlson. Powerful shot just over the head of Schoenberg. It'll be a Fresno Force hit-in. Willie Kahlberg, far side. He'll find Neumann, trying to get the angle around Liljegrand. He'll send himself to the court almost. Nearly broke his own ankles there. Nyberg, far side to Nilsson on the wing. Gets around Jansen, chipped up and out by Adam Silacek. It'll be a Fresno Force hit-in. Neumann with Mendoza. The pass intended for Nilsson, stolen by Anderson Carlson. He'll lose it behind himself, however. Billy Nilsson, unable to get around Liljegrand, will get pushed to the far corner. Over to Mendoza, shot on the outside of the net. Melvin Mendoza, the pass intended for Nyberg, getting chippy with Anderson Carlson. He'll get it out to Neumann. Mid-range far wing, now Billy Nilsson. Willick Alberg get the point here for Fresno. Neumann, far side. Nilsson deflected off the foot of Liljegren. Lindgren able to chip it away from the crease with help there from Nicholas Larson. Liljegren getting the angle on Mendoza. I don't know if he'll have the speed. That's why he's going to pass out to Adam Zilicek. Jonsson to Fludmar. New line coming out here for the Fresno Force. Fludmar having to reset his knee brace there. He's able to do it still while maintaining play. Ballbrand back to Fludmar. He's got Jonsson far wing. Lou coming in on the close wing. Fludmar driving down a bit. He'll go far side. Jonsson back out to Ballbrand. Backing off a bit here. Jonsson now in the center lane. Finding Jonsson again. Fludmar with some room. Cross court looking for Kempa Rosian. But he's unable to field that pass. Ballbrand now down to Fludmar. Texas not having a lot of success penetrating the Fresno defense yet. And that pass sailing wide. It's Matson finding Kangas on the wing. Shot deflected off the body of Fludmar. Johansson now going to the ground. Ballbrand 2. Free hit awarded here to the Fresno Force in the far corner. Kangas set to take it. We'll go to Shostrom. Kangas shot saved by Nicholas Larson. Ballbrand in the center. He's got Rosen for support, but the pass goes off the leg of Adrian Amdahl. Jonsson still with possession. He'll send it across the crease. Amdahl with the steal. Rasmus Johansson driving down. 3.5 minutes left in the first. Kempa Rosian on the steal. He'll halt at half court as his team makes substitutions before trying to drive down into Fresno territory. Zilicek to Lindgren. It's Anderson Carlson on the close wing. He'll go across to Liljegren. Too much height on the ball. It'll sail out of bounds. It's going to be a Fresno hit in. Kohlberg to Nyberg. Far side, Kohlberg facing some pressure there on the back end from Janssen. He'll come to Neumann with some space on the close wing. To Mendoza, he's able to chip it in again. Fresno extending their lead here. It was a rather quick play from the Fresno Force. Neumann had enough room to drive on the wing. He saw the pass to Mendoza with a narrow angle on the close side. He was still able to put it away. And now, with 2 minutes, 53 seconds remaining in the first, your score now, Fresno Force 3, 39ers 1. Jonsson on Matson for the face-off. Recovery by the Fresno Force. Amdahl to Matson. Looking for a man. He'll go back over to Amdahl. Coming in the center. Down on the wing. Johansson shot saved by Larson. Moser quick thinking, sending it away from the crease, but it just goes back out to Amdahl. Johansson again on the wing. His shot now sailing wide out of bounds. It's going to be a Fresno Force hit in. He'll take it on the far side with support from David Kangas. Matson saved by Larson. Shilstrom still there to recover for Fresno. He'll send it around the bend. Connor able to get there. He'll pass to Derek Moser, number 93. Far side, it's Ronnie Berg. Derek Moser, an NAFL veteran. He played first season for the Florida Vikings in the inaugural year of the NAFL, winning the Troy Cup that season with the Vikings team. He's returned for another year, this time with the Texas 39ers. Hampus Fludmar in the corner. Heavy pressure from Johansson, trying to break it out. Not a full substitution on the court yet for the 39ers off the pressure. Matson going to the ground, and now Rosian's going to come out. But they still got Ludwig Jonsson and Ronnie Berg on the line. Jonsson will hustle out. Lou hustles in. Billy Nilsson behind himself to Willick Alberg. Mendoza, close wing, fast passing with Kohlberg. Neumann now coming into the center lane. He'll get the angle around Lou, driving down, shot saved by Larson. Able to push it away, it'll go out of bounds. Nilsson and Neumann on the far side. They come down to Mendoza, close wing. Neumann at the goal line, looking to Mendoza again, but he didn't release in time in order to get the shot off on angle. Kemperosian the steal from Billy Nilsson. Cross court to Carl Paulbrandt. Pursuit from Nyberg, trying to break him up. He'll send him to the boards, but Paulbrandt's still able to get the angle. Cross court pass, tries to find Kemperosian. Both him and the ball will be sent out of bounds by Alex Neumann. It's going to be a Texas 39ers hit in. 51 seconds left in the first period as the 39ers facing a 2-goal deficit. Janssen and Liljegren off the boards, finds Janssen back around the bend. Oscar Liljegren down deep. Fludmar to Lindgren. Behind the back pass, deflected there by Matson. Shellstrom to Johansson. Saved by Nicholas Larson. Texas ball. Anderson Carlson down deep to Liljegren. 30 seconds. Anderson Carlson overshot that pass. Now facing pressure. He'll have to pass back out to Fludmar. Liljegren. Cross court. Anderson Carlson. Back over to Liljegren. Saved by Schoenberg. 15 seconds and counting down. Janssen. Ball chipped away by Matson. It's going to be a free hit here. Off the out of bounds. Taken by Texas. The Zorro unsuccessful. Anderson Carlson driving in. Shot saved by Schoenberg in the last seconds. At the end of a hard-fought first period between these two championship competitive teams. Your score, Fresno forced 3, Texas 39ers 1. Floorball fans, this is set to be a phenomenal match. You're not going to want to miss the second period of play between these two high-octane offenses. We'll be back in just over 10 minutes with that, and of course, stay tuned during the intermission as we bring you another exclusive NAFL player interview.
Yeah. I mean, I knew it was going to be great because, I mean, you're both very like fast-paced transition play teams. Yeah. Billy and Melvin. Yeah. And I mean, the same thing, you know, you got Anderson Carlson and WWE, you know, I mean, I don't know. You had very similar offenses.
Well, football fans of the NFL, we've just gotten done with the first period of play here between the Fresno Force and the Texas 39ers. I'm joined here by Oscar Viking Scharnberg, goalkeeper for the Fresno team. Now, Oscar, how are you feeling after that first period?
Jeez, man, first period, we knew it was going to be a great first period because we had focus. Our main focus point the last two games have been the first 10 minutes because we always been falling through the first 10 in the previous games, and we had a really big upslope. But now we have talked about it, and everyone's on board, so we're good to go. Yeah.
And as goalkeeper, what have you noticed most from this Texas offense as they've come down, obviously been very aggressive to start off the match?
Of course, Intermission Carlson, that's the guy. Of course, Oscar Liljegramos as well. So as long as we keep them in place, we have the game. Sure.
And what do you think is the feeling in the locker room? Obviously, this is a big matchup against a great team. What do you think the motivation is for your team to come out and win this, knowing that this may be a playoff matchup later?
Yeah, as we lost to them the previous game, we have some feeling that we need to take it back right now. And if we win today, it's going to be 1-1, and then in the final, we have the last one. So, yeah.
Very well. Well, Oscar Viking Scharnberg, best of luck the rest of the match. Floorball fans, don't go anywhere. We'll be back in just a few minutes with the second period of play between the Fresno Force and the Texas 39ers. Well, welcome back, Floorball fans, as we get set to head back down to the court for what's set to be a great second period of play between the Fresno Force and the Texas 39ers. First, we'd like to remind you about our sponsors. First of all, Eleiko, manufacturer of precision-crafted strength and gym equipment since 1957. And of course, our clothing partner for the 2024 NAFL season is Kempa. If you like what our referees are wearing, then you like Kempa. And our official floorball partnership with Fat Bite, bringing you the latest in floorball technology in beautiful Swiss media yellow. Every floorball you see on an NAFL court this season is Fat Bite. And with that Texas recovery on the faceoff, that'll begin the second period. Towards the end, Fresno started coming away, and they've now gained a 2-goal lead against the 39ers team, who until yesterday was first in the playoff rankings. But now Fresno currently standing at number 1 as they come off of a win yesterday against the Ohio Aviators. Meanwhile, Texas coming off of a hard loss to the Fort Worth Jaguars. Lilliangron, goal saved there by Oscar Viking Scharnberg. Nilsson gets the ball out to Kim Nyberg. Nyberg now driving up center lane. He'll pass behind himself. Billy Nilsson comes to Willik Ahlberg. Nilsson behind himself. Neumann to Kahlberg. Fresno currently sitting with the best record in the NAFL at 5-1. And with a win today, they could start to easily take a lead similar to what Texas had in the first half of the season when it comes to playoff standings. Of course, in the NAFL, we have 6 teams. Only 4 can make the playoffs, with a 1-4 seed and a 2-3 seed semifinal. So the difference between first and second can be monumental for either one of these teams as they both look to battle ahead for the Troy Cup. The pass down to Jonsson. Kemper-Rosian, close wing, will pass behind himself off the boards. Jonsson looking to get an angle around the larger Sebastian Matson. With a spin, he's able to do it. He'll get it around Johansson, far side. Peter Lindgren, number 21, looking for a man to pass to and double team on the boards. He'll send it back down to Jonsson at half court. Advantage granted there to the 39ers. Lindgren looks cross court to Hampus Fludmar. Jonsson to Lindgren. Down the line, he'll find Lou. Lindgren, cross court pass deflected and intercepted there by David Kangas. Chipped away by Lindgren before Johansson could get the fast break goal. Fludmar now in his own territory. He'll pass Lindgren. Now Lou in Fresno land. He'll send it back down to Lindgren. New lines coming out here for both teams. Ballbrandt to Silacek. Silacek at the point. He'll send a pass down deep. He was looking for Janssen, but it's intercepted by Willik Ahlberg. Goes to Neumann. Nyberg now facing the press from Alvin Janssen, far side. Neumann and Nyberg, teammates from last season for this Fresno squad that ranked second in the league and went to the Troy Cup final. They're certainly bringing a lot of NAFL experience to their new talent, such as Billy Nilsson, who's now on the wing. Cross-court pass deflected by Anderson Carlson. He'll have Janssen. The shot just wide right, out of bounds. It'll be a Fresno hit in. A close call there. The 39ers, a team who love to play on the transition, on the breakaway. Fresno as well. Most of the goals today have come from offensive drives that were started within 10 seconds of the goal. That means that for both of these teams, time of possession doesn't matter necessarily as much for offense as it does for defense, defending with the ball, in essence, by not overextending themselves. Matson at the point, sends a ball down deep, left of the goal. Johansson still with possession here for Fresno. On the wing, ball goes off the body of Derek Moser. Back out to Matson, slap shot, wide right. Shostrom to Kangas. Back out to Matson, far side. Rasmus Johansson. Kangas sends a ball high. It'll stay inbounds off the backboards. Johansson allows Shostrom. Back out to Johansson. He's got Kangas far side. Amdahl looking for a sweep shot, deflected off the body of Ronnie Berg, his second field player goal defense today. David Kangas sends a ball too high, out of bounds. It'll be a 39er sit-in to end the Fresno offensive. Peter Lindgren working with Hampus Fludmar. Lindgren back down to Fludmar. Mendoza, the up man here on the defense, telling his defenders to watch out for Jonsson in center. Blue cross court to Fludmar. Billy Nilsson didn't fully release from the zone and didn't come away with the steal. Now Jonsson on the close wing, far side to Lindgren. The two of them teammates last season for the Texas Tornado squad, as they were known then, when they won 1-9 on the season. They've helped guide this team through dire straits and to new heights, thanks in part to a major rebrand, new ownership group, and also new talent coming in over the offseason. Lindgren behind himself to Jonsson. A little bit of passing miscommunication, but Fresno not pressing the issue. Fludmar to Jonsson in center. Far side, Lindgren. The spin to get around Nyberg. Driving in close, will go down to the goal line. Willik Ahlberg, heavy pressure. The spin in traffic, Nyberg pushing him further out. He'll have to go to Lou at half court. Neumann able to get a stick on it, but unable to come away with the ball in the blade. Mendoza with the steal, far side. He'll lose some control of the ball there, go to the corner. It's Mendoza on Lou for possession. Now a 2-on-1, Lou able to come away with it. Mendoza having to compensate and grab his stick. Off the boards, Willik Ahlberg to Billy Nilsson, back out to Nyberg. Fresno breaking the ball out of their territory. Neumann looking across to Mendoza. Chipped away by Lindgren. Free hit awarded here to the Fresno Force after Kemperosian losing his stick, trying to reach it around Alex Neumann, who comes off the court clutching his side. Time's going to be taken quickly here as they get ready to mop the floor where Neumann took a tumble. And referee Corinna Vanger taking it herself. Now play resuming. Matson to Amdahl, the shot from deep. Off the screen, free hit. Fresno putting one away. They're the first on the board in the second period. What a shot. They had two men on the ready in Amdahl and Johansson. He went to Amdahl, sent it around the back of Oscar Liliegran. A well-planned play, and Fresno extending their lead to 3. Off of the Adrian Amdahl goal, 14:27 remaining in the second period. Your score now, Fresno Force 4, 39ers 1. Free hit here for Fresno, wasting no time. It's Melvin Mendoza to Neumann. Too much spin on the ball, and it goes wide left of the goal. Zilacek, the pass out to Paul Brand, facing a full court press from Fresno in their own territory. It's what Melvin Mendoza is best at as an up man here for Fresno. In every match, it seems, he's always aggressive, perhaps over-aggressive, but it's not just about the offensive chances that he creates from forcing errors in opponent territory, but it's also about denying them superiority of passing in their own territory, playing the mental game as well. Liliegran, shot sailing high out of bounds. It's going to be a hit in for the 39ers. To Anderson Carlson, his shot on the outside of the goal. A little bit of confusion there on the court, it would seem. Two balls on the court there. Scharnberg holding one. It's going to go to a face-off in the far corner. Oscar Scharnberg doesn't seem to be happy about the call. Liliegran sends it off on a gentleman's hit. It'll be a Fresno hit in. Nyberg to Kahlberg. Janssen looking to cut off that passing lane. He'll have to go to Neumann. Far side, down the line. He'll go to Mendoza, around the goal line, looking across. Nilsson now backing off a bit, facing pressure from Anderson Carlson on the boards. Forced back into his own territory, chipped away by Janssen. Anderson Carlson to Liliegran, saved by Scharnberg. Close call there for the 39ers. Nilsson sends the ball far side. Neumann able to recover. Cross court looking for Nilsson. Stolen by Liliegran. Alvin Janssen, he's going to stop around half court and pass it back down. Moser to Liliegran, recognizing the line change for his team. Fresno's going to bring out a new squad as well. Moser inside the box. The pass to Ronnie Berg. Ronnie Berg, also a veteran of the NAFL, playing last season for the Texas Tornadoes. In his first year, he was a player for the Fresno Force during the inaugural season of the NAFL. Johansson gets the ball out to the point. Matson, close swing. Amdahl looking across to Kangas, but the chip unsuccessful. It goes wide right of the goal. Shellstrom now coming around to lose control. It goes to Anderson Carlson inside the crease, going behind his own goal. He'll run with some velocity down the close wing. He needs a man to pass to, however. In a 2-on-1, he loses out to David Kangas, who takes possession for Fresno. Sends Ronnie Berg to the ground. Delayed penalty call here. Matson to Billy Nilsson. 6-on-5 play here during the delayed penalty. Nilsson, Nyberg. Johansson cross court to Nilsson. Ball chipped away by Rosen. It's going to make the penalty take effect. 2-minute penalty. It'll be number 14, Ronnie Berg, heading to the penalty box for the 39ers. Certainly not what they need at this point in the game. 12 minutes remaining in the second period, and Fresno with a 3-goal lead. Now about to enter power play against the 39ers. They'll look to extend their lead to 4. Billy Nilsson discussing strategy with the rest of his squad as he'll bring them to the court. Texas set and ready in the box defense formation. It'll be Wille Kahlberg in the corner as Fresno set to enter power play. Nilsson to Nyberg. Far side. He'll find Johansson. Nilsson coming up. Pick and roll. Shot is good! Billy Nilsson on the pick and roll at the point. It took 9 seconds of power play for Fresno to score. The ball came out to the point with Nyberg. Nilsson came on the rush. Nyberg screened Liljegren. He was able to send it over the right shoulder of goalkeeper Nicholas Larson. Billy the Kid shooting from the hip, putting up big numbers here for his Fresno Force. 11:52 remaining in the second period. Back to equal strength. Your score, Fresno 5, Texas 1. Shellstrom on the counter, the pass to Kangas. Shot deflected off the body of Jonsson. Amdahl, far side, Matson. Johansson, shot from deep, saved by Larson. Fludmar trying to get it to the boards. Will send it around the bend to Peter Lindgren. A spin move, creates space with Shellstrom. Now Jonsson with room to run, driving down Fresno territory, saved by Schoenberg. Shipped away off the rebound by Matson. Texas still with possession. Lou to Lindgren. Lindgren backing off a bit here. He'll go far side. Henrik Lug. Shot is wide right, stays in bounds. Kemper Rosen trying to recover here for Texas. He'll get around Kangas. Shot saved by Schoenberg. It went in his shirt. He'll pass it out to Amdahl. New line coming in here for Fresno. So Matson hands it off to Neumann. Down to Wille Kahlberg. Texas still scoreless this period. Fresno has had their number. As they've come into the back half of this season, they've demonstrated why they think they should take the reins as the leaders in playoff contention here in the 2024 season, which has been the most competitive in the NAFL ever when it comes to playoff crowds, when it comes to individual games. No matter which way you slice it, the NAFL is bringing exciting action every day. Far side, Neumann. The spin to create space against Anderson Carlson. Will pass back out to Nyberg. Janssen continuing the press. Liljegren coming behind Nilsson, forcing the pass back out to Nyberg. Far side, Alex Neumann. Down to Wille Kahlberg. Find himself to Neumann. Off the boards, Nilsson. Back to Neumann. Back to Nilsson. Looking across for Wille Kahlberg, but it's stolen by Oscar Liljegren. And on the backside call, it's going to be a free hit here for the Texas 39ers. Less than 10 minutes remaining in the second period, officially halfway through the match. Derek Moser on the hit here. Jonsson to Berg. Back down to Moser, cross court, finds Connor. Moser again to Connor, cross court, around half court, but he'll lose control of the ball behind him. Johansson nearly able to capitalize. Now he'll come on the press here against the 39ers. Kangas supporting him on the backside. Moser in traffic, getting pressured. He needs a man fast. He'll go to William Jonsson, trying to get the ball behind himself, but he's in a 2-on-1 on the boards. In the center lane, Connor smooth moves around Matson. The two big men facing off. Shot attempt by Connor, wide right. Jonsson on Amdahl with support from Jonsson. Free hit here for the Fresno Force. Pivotal after Texas gaining some steam there on that last offensive. Nyberg now in the center lane for Fresno. Rosen coming up to meet him. Wille Karlberg still with some space, but he's got no support on this close wing. He'll drive himself. Nilsson, pass deflected by Fludmar. Trying to break it out again. Jonsson in traffic. He'll come across the crease behind the goal as they back off the Fresno defense. Peter Lindgren at half court. He'll come down to Fludmar. Smooth passing, but it's a little too fast for Luda Field. He'll have to get there on the rebound. Free hit's going to be awarded off a push here to the 39ers. Neumann, far side. Nearly sending Neumann over to Lou. 39ers regaining possession. Far side, William Jonsson. Shot from deep twice. Goes to the crease. This time it's in the hands of Schoenberg. Alex Neumann. Slowing the pace down a bit here with Kim Nyberg on the far side. We'll come across Wille Karlberg. Three men in the Fresno backcourt currently. In the center, Karlberg to Billy Nilsson. Far side to Neumann. Throws in the up man here in the 1-2-2 defense for Texas. Melvin Mendoza. Center lane behind himself, Neumann and Nyberg. Down to Nilsson. Neumann, far side. He'll chip the ball up and over to Billy Nilsson. Nilsson goes across. Neumann, cross court to Nyberg. Fresno really slowing the pace down here in the back half of the second period. They've got a 5-goal lead against a team they know is effective on the counterattack. They're being defensive by holding the ball here. Now Neumann driving in. He'll pass back to Nilsson. Nilsson across to Nyberg. Fresno getting a little impatient and speeding up the passing here. Mendoza now looking to break behind the Texas goal. He'll get an angle on Fludmar. Advantage granted to Fresno. He'll get pushed to the boards. It'll be a free hit for the Force as they bring a new squad out. David Kangas set to take it with support from Sjostrom. Down the line to Amdahl, working with Matson in the backcourt. Jansen again looking a little testy in his zone. Matson, far side, off the board, sails past Sjostrom, off the legs of Paul Brandt. He's able to chip it out to Oscar Liljegran, number 92. Liljegran behind himself to Zilacek, far side, Paul Brandt. Paul Brandt comes across to Zilacek, to Liljegran. Cross court, Anderson Carlson shot just off the post. Schoenberg may have gotten a hand on it. 6.5 minutes left in the second period. Paul Brandt from deep, looking for the sweep. He'll cancel it out and pass to Zilacek. Pass was looking for Anderson Carlson. He'll hang his head low after Sjostrom comes away with the steal, but now he'll have a chance to recover. Delayed penalty call here. Shot attempt by Anderson Carlson goes out off the hand of Oscar Schoenberg. And now the 39ers are going to look to try and bring themselves back and gain some momentum as it's number 10, Pontus Sjostrom, who comes to the penalty box for the Fresno Force. The 39ers set to enter power play here. They face a 4-goal deficit. We'll see what they can do here. With 5-on-4 play, it may be the spark that Texas needs at the time they need it. 2 minutes of power play begins now. Lindgren to Anderson Carlson. Anderson Carlson at the point. Down to Liljegran. Jansen at the goal line. Back to Liljegran on the wing. Cross court. Lindgren. Texas speeding up the perimeter passing here. Lilligren not going for the shot yet. Janssen Zorro move, sails wide. Neumann unable to break it away there from center court, but it's going to draw a foul. It'll be a Fresno ball. Billy Nilsson calling his man Neumann in motion. He'll go behind himself, get the angle on the backside. Lilligren, he's driving down, the save by Nicholas Larson. Chip from behind. Fresno doing a great job of killing penalty time. Neumann spinning around with it in center lane. The backhand shot is good. I don't believe it. A man down, and Alex Neumann still able to extend the Fresno lead against the Texas 39ers after he and Nilsson got the free hit. They drove down into Texas territory. It looked like it was just to kill time, but Lilligren's ball to Janssen went wild, and Neumann with a no-looker behind the back shot that went around the shoulder of Nicholas Larson. And with that, from Alex Neumann, 5:29 remaining in the second period. It's Fresno 6, 39ers 1. Texas still in power play here. They'll have it for one more minute. But the only good it'll do is to bring the lead of Fresno back down to 4 goals. Anderson Carlson on the far wing. Lindgren at the point. Lilligren, close side. Lindgren over to Anderson Carlson. Deflected off the body of Manson. Johansson gets it out to Mendoza. Lindgren chips it away. Janssen, far side, Anderson Carlson. Schoenberg is drawing a little bit out of the goal right now. Lilligren looking for a man, will go to the point. Janssen, far side, Lindgren. Janssen down to Lilligren, far side. Peter Lindgren looking for a shot. It goes off the body of Johansson. That ball, a close call there off the top. It'll come down to Lilligren. 5 seconds on the Shellstrom penalty. Cross court, Anderson Carlson shot saved by Schoenberg to end power play. Shot by Anderson Carlson goes wide left. 39ers still in possession. Another save by Schoenberg. He'll take time, let his offense reset, and roll the ball to Sebastian Matson. Less than 4 minutes remain in the second period. Despite that Shellstrom penalty, Fresno extending their lead more. We knew this was going to be a competitive match. What I don't think we knew was how skillful Fresno would be today in this matchup against the Texas 39ers, the number 1 and number 2 team in the league, making this an electric matchup. But Fresno, who just took the first place yesterday in the rankings, has come out and shown why there is a new rising sun for the Force. Meanwhile, looking to show that it's setting on Texas as we head into the back half of the season. Kicked away there by Connor. The spin by Neumann gets out to Nilsson. He's got Nyberg far side. Handling it himself as he goes to the wing. The pass behind himself to Neumann. Looking across to Nyberg at the edge of the box. Unable to convert. 3 minutes left in the second period. Nyberg in a double team on the boards. He'll draw a foul. It'll be a free hit for the Force. Nilsson to Nyberg. Back to Nilsson. He'll find Mendoza out wide off the boards. Nyberg around the goal line, cycling around. He's got Kahlberg in center. He'll go to Mendoza up top. Neumann in his own territory, down deep to Billy Nilsson. Behind himself to Wille Kahlberg. Out to Melvin Mendoza. Alex Neumann. Back to Mendoza. Far side, Wille Kahlberg. Speeding up the passing, shot attempt by Kahlberg off the body of Derek Moser. 2.5 minutes remain in the second. Texas still unable to get the gears going against this Fresno team. Neumann looking for a man. Parked behind the goal will go to Billy Nilsson. Back to Neumann, now driving to the other side. Off the boards, Wille Kahlberg to Neumann. Spin around. Connor able to get the edge. He'll come away with the ball for the 39ers. The pass to Anderson Carlson. He's got no support as the rest of his team makes substitutions. 2 minutes remain in the second period. Texas turning up the heat here on the Fresno Force. Mendoza looking for support. He needs someone to pass to. That ball deflected off the foot of Janssen, but it'll go to Kahlberg. Nearly a chip in by Lilliegran, deflected by Neumann. Anderson, Carlson, and Neumann, a 50-50 ball there. Paul Brand, how did we get there? Mendoza has the angle. He'll look to Shellstrom, just saved. It was the feet of Nicholas Larson that kept that ball from going in. Lilliegran gets the angle on Kangas, driving down. He'll pass off the boards. Janssen sends it back down the line to Adam Silacek. The 39ers need to make something happen here to try and help their chances of a comeback in the third. Paul Brand in the center, Lilliegran. He'll pass far side, Anderson Carlson back across. Janssen trying for a shot, unable to. The ball bounced there off the body of Schoenberg. Less than a minute remaining in the second. Johansson to Amdahl, close side. Looking for a shot, he'll go across to Kangas, but his chip high and out of bounds. It'll be a Texas ball. 47 seconds left on the clock. Fludmar to Lou. Far side, Lindgren. In the center, Jonsson, shot saved by Schoenberg as Rosian trying to screen him. Jonsson to Fludmar. In the center, Rosian, far side, Lou. His shot is good. 27 seconds left on the clock. And Texas able to put another on the board and end the scoring drought. Fludmar, Rosian went to the far side. Henrik Lou didn't look like he had a shot, but on the sweep from the far wing, he got it just beside the head of Oscar Viking Schoenberg. And after that Henrik Lou goal, 26 seconds left in the second period. Your score now, Fresno 4-6, Texas 39ers 2. It'll be Jonsson on Matson here for the faceoff. Recovery by Fresno, that ball sailing all the way down to Schoenberg. 20 seconds on the clock. We'll see what either team can do with it. Fresno with the ball, Amdahl driving. He'll try to get the angle on Lou. He'll find it. Amdahl with some speed. 13 seconds past the Matson. That ball sailing wild past Shellstrom. Sends the ball deep past the crease. Time about to expire. Fludmar boxing out Kangas. And with the buzzer, your score at the end of two, Fresno 4-6, Texas 39ers 2. In what has been an incredible matchup so far. Floorball fans, you're not going to want to miss the conclusion to it. We'll be back in just over 10 minutes with the third period of play between Fresno and Texas. And if interview. Floorball fans in the NAFL, we just got done with another energetic period here of play between the Fresno Force and the Texas 39ers. I'm joined here by number 34, Alex Neumann. Alex, how are you feeling after the second?
It's feeling really good. I think the more games we have played, we've been better and better and better. We just have to keep going, keep the calm, and keep going.
Now, Alex, you had that beautiful no-look backhand slap shot goal on the box defense. Can you tell us what was going through your head as you made that score?
I don't know, I was tired, so I wanted to shoot the ball away. So I just swinged that.
Now, Alex, as you head into the third period, obviously Texas is still a team to watch for. They're going to try and make a comeback. So what's going to be the main adjustment or look and focus for your team as you look to stay down?
Yeah, we need to keep being calm with the ball, just like having long attacks, and then being strong in the defense, block the shots, and let Viking make the easy saves.
Well, best of luck with that, Alex, in the third period. Thanks for joining us. Floorball fans, don't worry. We're going to be back with the conclusion of the Force versus the 39ers in just a few short minutes. Well, welcome back, Floorball fans, as we get set to head down to the court for the third period of play between the Fresno Force and the Texas 39ers. But first, we'd like to remind you about our sponsors. First of all, Aleco. Aleco, manufacturer of precision-crafted gym and strength equipment since 1957. And of course, our official clothing partner for the 2024 season is Kempa. If you like what our referees are wearing, then you like Kempa. And we're proud to announce our official Floorball partnership for the 2024 season with Fat Pipe, bringing you the latest in floorball technology in beautiful Swiss media yellow. Every floorball you see on an NAFL court this season is Fat Pipe. And now as we get set to head back down, this is going to be a hard-fought period. Texas facing a 4-goal deficit, but they're a team with determination. They're hungry for this win, coming off of a 2-game losing streak that was quite frankly unexpected. They came in as the favorite in the playoff rankings during both of those matches, but now they are the underdog here against the Fresno Force. Texas, a team that is used to winning here this season in the NAFL, coming in with a 4-0 record until the Minnesota Growlers handed them a 6-4 loss, and the Fort Worth Jaguars handed them a 6-5 loss yesterday. Ball Brandt out to Silacek. Far side, Anderson Carlson, his shot saved by Scharnberg. Fresno has brought both skill and luck to the court today. We've seen that play out with a lot of their fast break offensives. They're able to move the ball so quickly and read defenses so quickly, but there's also goals like Alex Neumann's. Whenever Fresno was down a field player due to a penalty, and yet still Neumann was able to put a goal in, as he told us, not even expecting to. Whenever he was coming back, he said he was tired. He said that he wanted to put the ball back down deep in Texas territory to give him more time to get back to his own side, and miraculously it went in off the no-look backhand slap shot. Nicholas Larson didn't even see it coming. Willik Alberg, he'll lose some control there on the sweep. It'll go to the far corner. Silacek on Kalberg. It's going to be a Texas 39ers ball. For the 39ers, they have 4 goals to go if they want to mount a comeback here. Of course, floorball is a fast-paced, high-energy sport where absolutely anything can happen, and especially when we're talking about the number 1 and 2 team in the playoff rankings right now. You certainly can't rule out anything happening on this court. Lindgren to Lou. Rosen, shot just wide. Fludemar now at the half court. He'll come to Lindgren. His shot just wide right. It'll stay in bounds. David Kangas now sending it down the line. Fludemar gets the angle on Sjostrom, sends it around the bend again. Lindgren, close side, taking a bit of a pause. He'll go in the center. Jonsson back down to Lindgren, back to Jonsson. He'll go across. Rosian, stolen by Johansson. Now to Sjostrom. His shot just high over the goal. It'll be a hit in for the 39ers. Paul Brandt goes with the pass to Liliagran here for the 39ers. They go back to Bombardak, Adam Silacek. Far side pass, finds Jensen. But Kalberg coming away with the steal in his own territory, facing a double team. Gets it to Neumann. He'll draw a foul. It'll be a free hit for the Force. Billy Nilsson to Neumann. Just deflected by Carl Paulbrand. Anderson Carlson. His ball deflected by Nyberg. Neumann to Nyberg to Mendoza on the close wing. As we said earlier, Mendoza, Nilsson, Neumann driving to the goal. All 3 of those a dangerous look. Something scary for every goalkeeper in the NAFL this season. Nyberg, far side, Neumann. Losing a little bit of control there. Liliagran unable to capitalize. It'll go all the way to Billy Nilsson behind his own goal. Shot deep, Mendoza unable to connect on the deep assist attempt. Kim Nyberg back in his own territory. Rosian pressing him hard. It'll come to Nilsson, who's now flexing into the center lane. Far side, Kalberg. Close side, Nyberg. Half of a line change out on the court right now for Fresno. Nyberg getting ready to pass it off to Adrian Amdahl as he'll come off. Matson and Sjostrom now on the court for the force. Lou pressing Amdahl. He'll force the pass to Matson. Kangas coming in center, Amdahl far side. Back to Matson behind his own goal. Fresno slowing down. Of course, they're still enjoying a 4-goal lead. All they need to focus on right now is maintaining that lead as opposed to overextending themselves, trying to gain. Behind the goal, Carl Paulbrandt to William Jonsson. We go to Fludmar. Down to Peter Lindgren. Back to Fludmar. Texas giving the same treatment, slowing down a little bit. Passing in the backcourt now. Rosian looking to Jonsson, shipped away by David Kangas. Johansson looking for a shot. He'll get it to Sjostrom. Second goal of the match. Pontus Sjostrom with the assist from Rasmus Johansson puts it away for the Fresno Force. Making the comeback hopes of the Texas 39ers even that more grim. Again, it was off of a counter. Rosian trying to get it to Jonsson. Kangas came away with the steal. He got it to Johansson, who saw Sjostrom fading on the far side of the crease and put it in behind Nicholas Larsson before he could adjust. And with that, 15 and a half minutes remaining in the match. Your score, Fresno Force 7, Texas 39ers 2. And a reminder that coming into this game in the standings, Fresno had a 2-point lead over the Texas 39ers in the playoff rankings. Whichever team comes away with a victory here today is going to give themselves a lead in the playoff standings heading into the last few days of play as we get ready to hit the road to Duluth, Minnesota and resume play in the third week of the NAFL later this month. So this match having big playoff implications here. Billy Nelson, ball chipped away. The completed steal by Fludmar. He's got Jonsson fading in front, but the pass sailing wide of him. Neumann off the boards, trying to get the angle on Fludmar. He'll find it, but in a triple team, he's going to have to spin around and create space. Nyberg at the point. Down to Mendoza, cross court, Neumann. Less than 15 minutes remain in the third period. Back down, Billy Nelson looking across to Mendoza. He tried for the one-hand goal, unable to make it. A powerful shot from Neumann. That one went off the body of Larson. The ball in open waters in center court. William Jonsson going to come away with it here for the Texas 39ers. William Jonsson behind the goal, a pass behind himself to Silacek. Carl Paulbrandt facing a little bit of pressure from Sjostrom, but he's not going to extend past the three-quarters court mark. Oscar Liliegran, close side, coming into the center lane. He'll pass down. Anderson Carlson trying to make something happen, but Kangas coming from behind. That'll draw a free hit. Liliegran and Anderson Carlson on the free hit. The play unsuccessful. Now Johansson with a fast break opportunity. He'll shoot. It'll be deflected off the right post. It's going to be a hit in for the 39ers. Carl Paulbrandt in the center lane will go far side to Silacek. Now Oscar Liliegran. Backing off a bit here from Sjostrom. Close wing. Carl Paulbrandt back to Liliegran. He's got Silacek far side. Paulbrandt now down to Anderson Carlson, able to spin around and get the angle on Matson. His shot deflected off the outside of the goal. It'll be a Texas 39ers hit, and they're going to say it went off the arm of Scharnberg. Liliegran to Anderson Carlson. Another ball saved by Scharnberg. Liliegran's rebound shot attempt unsuccessful, sailing wide left. Paulbrandt into half court. He'll come down to Anderson Carlson. Sweep shot off the body of Johansson. Paulbrandt trying to block out Sjostrom. That'll draw a foul. Free hit for the 39ers. Paulbrandt to take it. He passes to Anderson Carlson. He's got Liliegran fading deep, but no clear way to get it there. Sjostrom on the steal. He'll get it out to Matson. Nelson in now for the Fresno squad. He'll pass to Amdahl. Back to Nelson. New players out here for the 39ers as well. For any of those curious about the new name of the Texas franchise, the 39ers, 1839 was the year that the city of Austin, Texas was founded. That's the home city of this Texas team, hence the name 39ers. That ball chipped away off the far boards. Fludmar around the bend. Neumann able to get there, but he'll lose control. No man to pass to. Kemperosian on the far side. He's not going to risk a fast break and loss of possession. He'll send it back instead to Peter Lindgren. Lindgren in the center. Jonsson to Lou. The triple pass successful for the Texas 39ers, ending another scoring drought as Henrik Lou positions himself perfectly. What a beautiful shot just around the side of Schoenberg. It was Lindgren moving in center. He found Jonsson, and then Lou sent it in just at the last second he could have on the close angle. Henrik Lou coming up again for the Texas 39ers. And now, with 12 minutes remaining in the third period, your score. No longer Fresno 7, Texas 3 after the score by Fresno. What a back and forth this has become, floorball fans. My goodness. Madsen drove down on the close lane. It was the far side. Johansson able to come away with the shot on the breakaway. And now, just under 12 minutes, I stand corrected. Your score, Fresno Force 8, Texas 39ers 3. Far side, Rosian, down to Lindgren. Looking to get the angle on Kangas. Instead, he's going to have to go back to Carl Paulbrand. Advantage granted here to the 39ers, who now face another 5-goal deficit against Fresno. It's one step forward, one step back play here against a Fresno team that has had Texas's number all game. The chip by Rosian unsuccessful, but will maintain possession. Getting it around Amdahl, smooth moves. Hit's going to be awarded here to the 39ers. Kemperosian heading down to take it. He'll have support from Henrik Lou. Down to Paulbrand. Peter Lindgren at the point here. Cross court, Lou. Behind the back pass, it'll sail wide, but Jonsson anticipating it, going to the corner. Kemperosian behind the Fresno goal. Back to Jonsson, far side. He'll go with the pass off the boards to Peter Lindgren. Paulbrand not anticipating the pass behind himself, but instead in front. Had to fight to recover that pass. Billy Nilsson getting a little bit more aggressive there in his upper zone against Lindgren. That'll leave Paulbrand open. Cross court, Jonsson just deflected. Referee Corinna Wenger's going to say that was off the post. It's going to be a Fresno hit in. Kohlberg to Nyberg to Neumann. Back over to Wille Kohlberg. Tim Nyberg, cross court to Billy the Kid. Nyberg again, close side. Over to Billy Nilsson. Nilsson back behind himself to Kohlberg. Now to Neumann. Ball down deep, goes off the chest of Peter Lindgren. Over to Liljegren, just high over the goal. It'll be another Fresno hit in. Kim Nyberg now in the corner, set to take it. Off the backboards, goes to Neumann. Not enough speed to get around Liljegren. Heavy pressure there. Advantage granted to Fresno as Neumann drives down in Texas territory. Nilsson to Neumann. It's good! Alex Neumann. Another big play for the Fresno Force. On the far side, Neumann working with Nilsson, able to create the secondary look. It goes around Nicholas Larson. Just over 10 minutes remaining in this third period. Alex Neumann extending Fresno's lead more than they've had all match. Your score now, Fresno Force 9, Texas 39ers 3. Fresno showing today why they deserve to be on top of the playoff rankings here in the NAFL as we head into the back half of the season. They're a team that had a good, albeit slightly rough start. A lot of their wins coming off of comebacks, but they've been dominant all day today. Matson looks like he took a hard hit. He was able to get back up to his feet, however. He's clutching his ribs. Referee Corinna Vanger discussing there with Henrik Lou. It'll be a face-off in the corner. Gentlemen sit there by Kemper Rosen. And now it'll be a Fresno ball. Sebastian Matson set to take it. He'll go cross-court to Rasmus Johansson. Amdahl towards his own box. With less than 10 minutes remaining in the third period, we're officially in the back half of the third. Fresno with a commanding 6-goal lead over the 39ers. Peter Lindgren now coming in the center lane. Look at the angle around Shellstrom. Looking for Jonsson, unable to get the shot attempt off. Kemper Rosen is, but it's saved by Oscar Viking Schoenberg. He'll go to Matson. Matson to Amdahl. Off the boards, Rosen chips it away. It'll be a free hit here for the Fresno Force. Alex Neumann set to take it. Kim Nyberg, close side. In the center, Nilsson back to Nyberg. Jensen trying to cut off that passing lane again. Nyberg able to move in traffic, chips the ball around Liljegren. That pass deflected off the feet of Nyberg, but Nilsson still able to come away with it. What a play. Shot goes off the body of Lindgren. Another one by Karlberg, saved by Larson. Mendoza over the boards. The ball back to Willie Karlberg. Trent Kling riding the boards there. It'll get out to Neumann at the point. He's got Nilsson far side. It'll come Nyberg close wing. Anderson Carlson coming up along with Janssen, but that leaves Nilsson open on the far side. Chipped away by Liljegren. He's got Janssen in front. He'll spin around and instead send it back to Hampus Fludmar. Now Peter Lindgren on the close wing. Liljegren shot saved by Schoenberg. He'll pass to Willie Karlberg right beside him, who hands it off to Adrian Amdahl as a new line getting set to come out here for the Force. Johansson from the close wing. We go far side to Adrian Amdahl. The spin around Liljegren. Johansson shot high out of bounds. It'll be a 39ers hit-in. Anderson Carlson on the far wing. Back to Fludmar. Down to Carl Paulbrandt. Kangas and Shellstrom getting a little bit more aggressive here for Fresno. Shellstrom coming up to meet him. Anderson Carlson with a half spin. Shot saved by Schoenberg. Johansson driving on the close wing. His shot off the helmet of Nicholas Larson. Now Jonsson to Anderson Carlson in the center lane. Down to Lou. He wasn't expecting the pass. His shot attempt saved by Schoenberg as well. The 39ers have put more shots on goal than the Fresno Force, and yet have converted on a third of them. Paulbrandt sending it down close wing. Matson forcing it down the line to Pontus Shellstrom. Johansson driving down, chipped away by Fludmar. Two Fresno players to the ground. Paulbrandt to Jonsson. Back down the line to Anderson Carlson. Looking for Jonsson. Smooth moves, but unable to get it around Sebastian Matson. Matson sends the ball off the far boards. It'll stay in bounds and go to Adrian Amdahl, who passes it off to Alex Neumann. Far side, Billy Nilsson. Looking to Neumann across the crease. The pass sailing wide. It's now a battle for possession on the far boards. Nilsson able to get there before anyone else, will pass to Neumann at the point. Neumann looking to Mendoza. The ball going behind both of them. Anderson Carlson has Liljegren. Liljegren shot saved by Schoenberg. Neumann close side, cross court to Nilsson. Back to Neumann. Just too much height on the chip. The ball staying in bounds. Paulbrandt at the front of the crease there for the Texas 39ers. 6 minutes remaining in the third period. Peter Lindgren slowing the game down a bit here for the 39ers. Rosian with some space. His shot deflected off the body of Kim Nyberg. The Fresno defense has been exemplary in every way today against the Texas 39ers. Willik Ahlberg trying to move in space. Jansen not giving him any breathing room. Not finding a lot of support. Finally, it'll get to Nyberg, and now down to Neumann. The Texas 39ers were the team who gave the Fresno Force their only loss on the season coming into today's match at 5-1. The last time these teams met, Texas had a clear 10-5 win over the Fresno Force. But now, in the back half of the season, Fresno has flipped the script as they've come into their own as a team, and Texas is coming off of a 2-game losing streak to the Minnesota Growlers and the Fort Worth Jaguars. Fresno's looking to extend that to a 3-game losing streak, send the 39ers to 4-3, and put themselves ahead at 6-1. Then they would clearly be on top of the playoff rankings here. They've demonstrated today why they deserve that title. Kangas far side, ball chipped up by Lindgren. Anderson Carlson unable to box out. Shilstrom from the ball. Less than 5 minutes remain in the third period. Billy the Kid, far side, the pass behind himself. Kahlberg to Neumann to Nyberg. Backed off there by Rosian. Neumann, the spin. Anderson Carlson wasn't expecting it, unable to steal from behind. The pass looking for Nilsson. Broken up by Peter Lindgren. Lindgren driving down, close wing. He'll find Janssen. It's good! William Janssen, captain of the 39ers. Recovery by the 39ers. Peter Lindgren far side. Texas is going to run an empty net here. Alvin Janssen now the 6th player on the court. Lindgren at the point. To Anderson Carlson, close wing. Far side, Janssen. Lindgren to Janssen. He's now got a little bit more space after drawing Pontus Shostrom out. We'll come back out to Lindgren. Down to Anderson Carlson, too much spin. It ends up being a cross-court pass to Janssen. The shot by Ballbrand sails wide. Lindgren will come off as Larson comes back into goal here for the 39ers. Only 4 men were on the court there for a second for Fresno. Alex Neumann realizing, coming out joining his line mates. Neumann losing control of the ball. It'll go to Alvin Janssen. He'll pause at the goal to give Larson time to come off. Peter Lindgren back on the court. He'll take the ball at the point for the 39ers offense. Anderson Carlson back out to Lindgren. Janssen far side. Nilsson getting a little bit more aggressive on defense here for Fresno. Janssen with Janssen. Looking inside the crease to Rosian, unable to find him. Stick defense there by Karlberg and Nyberg. Lindgren at the point. Finds Anderson Carlson around Neumann. He'll be driven behind the goal line. Neumann backing off, giving him a bit of space. He'll go to Lindgren. Lindgren shot attempt saved by Scharnberg. He lost the rebound for a second. He'll pass to Mendoza. Mendoza with the chip over Paul Brandt and an empty net goal for the Fresno Force as they hit double digits and re-extend their lead to 6. Melvin Mendoza, who already had a beautiful empty net goal earlier this season with 3 seconds left on the clock, does it again here. After Scharnberg found the rebound, he sent it all the way down to Mendoza, who chipped it over Carl Paulbrand, who made the mistake of going just too low. And I believe that'll be an assist there from Oscar Viking Scharnberg on that play. 2.5 minutes remaining in the third. Your score: Fresno Force 10, Texas 39ers 4. Still an empty net here for the 39ers. 6-on-5 play. Anderson Carlson cross court. Jonsson with some space. Paulbrand at the point. Anderson Carlson down now. Deflected there off the leg of Rasmus Johansson. Rosian losing some side of the ball. Chipped up and around. Players falling, tumbling down. Larson back in here. He'll come back off. Paulbrand back on as Rosian sends the ball to Jonsson. Less than 2 minutes remaining here in the match. Jonsson to Rosen off the boards. Lindgren looking for Janssen in the crease, unable to convert. Paulbrand pushed back by Schillstrom. Across to Peter Lindgren, saved by Scharnberg, also on the rebound attempt by Rosen. 35 shots on goal here for the 39ers. They've converted on less than 14% of them. Oscar Scharnberg with another phenomenal performance here for the Fresno Force. Kim Nyberg in the center to Billy Nilsson. Off the boards, he was looking for Nyberg, but Nyberg wasn't looking for him. Anderson Carlson forced out and over, stopping, dropping, and rolling as he went out of the boards. It'll be a Texas 39ers ball. Lindgren set to take it. He'll pass to Paulbrand. Back to Lindgren. Off the boards, back to Paulbrand. Jonsson open on the far wing with a lot of space, but Mendoza going to try and stop the pass there. Jonsson facing a bouncy ball there. Still able to come away with it. Down to Anderson Carlson. The slap shot off the helmet of Scharnberg. Sails to the corner. 2-on-2. Nyberg and Neumann for Fresno. But they'll draw a foul. It'll be a free hit here for Fresno. 56 seconds left. Larson back on the court here as the goalkeeper for the 39ers is Nyberg, set to take that hit. But it's taken by Jonsson. Anderson Carlson going to the ground there. Nyberg trying to get the angle around Rosian in the battle for possession on the backboards. It'll be another free hit here for the Fresno Force. Nyberg sends the ball to Neumann. Far side, Nilsson. Trying to spin around Jonsson. Advantage granted. Mendoza shot just on the outside. The 39ers now with possession. 30 seconds left in the game. Lindgren stolen by Wille Karlberg to Mendoza. He's got a look. Unable to score on 2 tries. One save by Larson, one save by the net. Less than 20 seconds remain. Paulbrand driving on the close side. Can Texas get one last goal off? He and Neumann going to the ground there in some physical contact on the boards. 11 seconds left on the clock. Neumann and Paulbrand seem to be chirping. It's going to be a penalty call for Alex Neumann. Alex Neumann going to the penalty box here with 11 seconds left on the clock. The call there for misconduct. It'll be a 39ers power play technically here to close out the match. Jonsson unable to get the shot attempt off. And that'll be the game. What a match, Floorball fans, between the number 1 and number 2 seed as it stands. Fresno coming away with a commanding victory over the Texas 39ers. The 39ers now on a 3-game losing streak. The Fresno Force with only 1 loss, and now they have conquered their former conquerors. Advancing to 6-1, they'll now have a hearty lead in the playoff rankings. Your final score, Fresno 10, Texas 4. Floorball fans, thank you so much for joining us. Don't worry, we have one more game of primetime floorball action at 4 p.m. Central Standard Time between the Ohio Aviators and the Minnesota Growlers. And of course, stay tuned on this broadcast as we bring you an exclusive NAFL post-game interview.
Well, floorball fans of the NFL, we've just gotten done with an intense matchup between the Fresno Force and the Texas 49ers. I'm joined here by the captain of the Fresno squad, number 78, Kim Nyberg. Kim, how are you feeling after the win?
Tired, personally, I'd say. Yeah, I feel really good. Like, the team is coming together a lot compared to the first few games. We were like disoriented and everything was like, everywhere. So, but now we have a good plan and we play really careful with the ball, but still making hard passes. So I think that's the whole thing with the team now. We got together and playing really well for floorball. So
Now, obviously, Texas was the only team who had beaten you this season. What was your mindset coming in? Did you have any particular strategy adjustments that you were making, knowing you were facing off against them?
That's it. We had to start like with a good defense. That's the whole thing we've done this part. Like work from defense and then the offense will come. That's the thing we were talking about, and also like get one guy close with the ball, making short pass, and then we explode in the counter attack. So that's how it is.
Hey, Kim, this is your second year with the Fresno Force. How have you felt about the differences in the team from last year to this year, and maybe a difference in your playoff chances?
I say the playoff chances are quite better this year, I'd say. But the difference in the team, I'd say we're a bit we're a smaller squad, but a more even squad, I'd say. So that's a good feeling. Yeah.
Very well. Well, Kim Nyberg, best of luck the rest of the season. Thanks so much for joining us. Floorball fans, don't worry. We have one more match of primetime NAFL action as we get ready to round out our second week of play in the 2024 season. Join us at 4 p.m. Central Standard Time as the Ohio Aviators get set to take on the Minnesota Growlers.